Hey guys, welcome to the Clack Shack. As you can see by the fan on top of the heater over there, uh, my fires went out. It's getting a little cool in here. And if you look really close, curled up right there by the fire. I know that some of you think that's the cutest thing ever, but Callie has decided that she is going to nap beside the coal bed near the heater. But just wanted to stop in tonight, guys. I've been working on a project for a friend of mine. Had a little Christmas Day order that came in, and it was one of those items that I thought was going to be an easy fix. I was going to just go on Etsy and download a file and make what it was that she wanted. But when I got on Etsy, I didn't like what I saw, didn't like the files, didn't like the way they were designed. And so I wound up making my own file and turning out the product. So stick around for a minute and I'll show you what that is. All right, guys, here it is. I had to do a little creative editing on this thing because I put it together before I realized I hadn't made a video. So there is the apparatus. Basically, it is a 300 by 300 box. And, well, actually the outside box is like 312 by 312. But the inside boxes are 300 by 300 boxes that are 50 millimeters tall. And they come out in stages. Each section has smaller and smaller holes the deeper you go. And what this thing is this is a sorter for Legos, the little tiny blocks. If you've ever had kids that played with Legos, I know you have fond memories of going to the bathroom in the middle of the night and stepping on those guys. So these right here are probably, the ones that go through these holes are probably my least favorite because they will really hurt when you step on them in hardwood floor. But I had a lady reach out to me and she had found them on Etsy. And of course, there were a lot of people selling the kits to where you could put them together. And there were a lot of people selling them, the file and that type of thing. And my intentions was to just go out to Etsy, grab a file, burn it, and do it that way. But when I got on Etsy and I got to look at the designs and some of the layouts and the pictures, they all pretty much went with the stacked box design. And I just wasn't crazy about that design. Because if these boxes are just stacked up, and I'll just use these three for example, even if you've got the notches, for the stacked box notches, if they slide the right direction, it just seems a little cumbersome, especially for a kid that has a lot smaller hands than what I have, trying to hold these three boxes and shake them to get the things to fall to the bottom. So it really didn't make sense to me to do stacked. So that's when I went with my nested boxes design here. And what that does is that allows these trays to be placed into the box and stacked upon each other. It holds them tight, it holds them together where they don't move, and then you can put your Legos in there, and no matter how big you are, as long as you can lift this and hold it, you can shake these guys and shake them around and let them fall. So it seemed like a better design to me, and I decided to save my money and build my own design. So I haven't decided if I'm gonna put this guy out there yet in my Etsy shop or not. Like I said, the base of this thing, guys, is these are 300 by 300 by 50 boxes, basically. And I cut 35 millimeter holes in these, 25.5 millimeter holes, and then 9.5 millimeter holes. And then the bottom board, the bottom box is actually solid. So it's a very simple design for those of you that are, handy with light burn. And so I don't know if I want to put that out there or not, but if it's something that you think I should, let me know. We can get into that. But this is a practical version of what you can find currently on Etsy, because I didn't see any of them that were using the nested box design. And I just think that this is a lot sturdier. It's a lot better if they want to keep them in them, like after they shake them and sort them out, you could actually kind of sit this over on the dresser and just leave them all in there. It keeps them up off the floor so mom and dad aren't stepping on them. And then I added a little special touch with the Lego guy, and on his chest he has the kid's name. So, and I had to edit that for the video. So, but that's what we got, guys. That is the Clack Shack version of a Lego sorter. And I mean, I know they make these things out of plastic, and I've seen people, You know, I watched some videos, people using 5-gallon buckets and putting them inside of each other and shaking them, and all that's cool. But they knew that I did laser cutting and asked if I could do one out of laser materials. And so that's what we wound up with. Another clack shack design. It took multiple sheets of material to get this done. I do plan on going back and maximizing the cuts on my file and trying to alleviate some waste and all that before I do package it up, if I do decide to put it on Etsy. But just thought I'd share that with you. So next time you get to wondering why in the world I run 220-watt machines, this is why, guys, because this would have taken me days with a 5-watt. It would have taken me days with a 10-watt. And even with one single 20-watt, it would have took way longer than I wanted to spend on the project. But basically what I was doing is I had one machine cutting the base panels out and one machine cutting the walls out of each piece. And I just did them one at a time until I got them all done. So it still took quite a while, but a lot of that was because I was designing as I went, trying to get, you know, the look that I wanted and the design that I wanted. But that's it for tonight, guys. Y'all try to stay warm, and as always, stay safe and have a good day.